Hello. I don't know what day this is of how many videos I've made. My name's Kenny Glick. I have a trade that works every time. If you only trade this trade, you should come out ahead over any extended period of time. And it's not just shorting UVXY. You ready? You ready? Here's the trade. One more time. It's been 11 years. And this year so far, no losses on this trade. None. I'm only taking this trade. It works every time. Shorting UVXY and earnings reversals. Ready? Okay. You guys know about ENPH? Who cares, right? Solar company. Okay. So I woke up at around 7:30. I go get a cup of coffee. Apparently that's how I didn't realize that I was using two cups. It's been a long morning. Hey, let's turn on the CNBC. Hey, take a look at Boeing. Oh, Boeing's up big. Oh, here's one. It's under the VWAP. Oh, look, it is breaking over the VWAP now. I should buy it. Darn it, it's going back down. I hope it doesn't break 103.50 where it held before. Oh, good, it's breaking back above the VWAP. Probably going to go up to that orange line. Sell it. Congratulations, you're a profitable trader now. Sold to you. So you see that moment right there at 7:40? That was 103.95. So let's say you bought 200 shares. You see where it pulled back to, which was like 103.45 and the 102.50 and the 101.31, the levels where the stock stopped going down prior to you buying it are your stops. So in this case, you're buying it here. The closest stop was the half was right there at the bottom of that candle, which is 103.40, right? Right there. See it? 103.40. And again, pre-market, you're not using stops. That's just your finger. So if you got 200 shares, again, I like doing everything in threes, 50 share increments maybe. Let's make it the math easier. 100 shares, 30 share increments, right? So you bought 100 shares at 103.95. You put a 30 shares, stop at 103.40, 30 shares at 102.50, and the last 40 shares, you don't want to see a stock break below the day with you still in it. Same policy on the way up. Starts to rally, you sell 30 shares. Pulls back, you're not afraid because now you're going to use VWAP as your out. Breaks a new high, you sell into that move, 107.50. And then at 110, you're done because you only had 100 shares. Sold 30 here, and you know, maybe you got 10 shares left, and now you use the 107.50 area as your out. Yeah, I would use 107.30. Voila, that's trading. It's boring. It's the same trade over and over again. There's nothing exciting about it. If you get overly excited about winning money, you'll be more depressed about losing money. So let's talk about the other trade. It was one other one, and of course, it was Tesla, and it was not fun. Okay, same policy. Woke up, Tesla holds the VWAP, rallies off it, breaks the VWAP. Short it. Stocks that are gapped up above earnings that break VWAP tend to fall. And it did, but then it went back up, and then it fell again, and then it went back up. So even in this little tiny move right there, right, shorted 120 shares. I'm a big player now. Oh, by the way, is 120 shares qualify as a trade? No, right? Only I've had 10,000 shares as a qualify as a trade, right? I had 3 shares. I had half a share on. I know. Again, I know there's that one guy that needs me to trade every idea. And even if I can trade it and the trade's not big enough, it doesn't qualify. So more importantly, I had 120 shares, right? 120 shares, shorting it at 161.35, the first VWAP rate. That's what I do, right? Right there was the first stop, second stop, third stop. Again, not stops, but levels from where I cover if I'm wrong, right? So 101, sorry, 161.35 at 160.75, I took 20 shares off the table just to say I made some money on the trade. And I'm still going to use the closest area. So once I took something off the table, I don't look at this or this or this. I'm looking at that. Okay. That's my only concern. And then it rallies back to the VWAP and it doesn't get anything going on the upside. So here I'm thinking, hey, this thing's definitely going to go to 160. So at 160, I'm putting a bid in. I got it done for 4 shares, right? And then it rolls back over, doesn't break to 160. Now at this point, I'm thinking, hey, I'm probably going to get screwed by this trade. Let me tighten it up and get stopped out at the VWAP. So that whole trade with 120 shares, I made $62. And again, if you did 300 shares, you would have made 180 bucks. But the point is, do you want to be a consistently profitable trader? Trade VWAP around earnings. You know, if this was 3 days ago, Tesla would have broke the 160 and would be plummeting down to 155 right now. But the environment's changed. And again, I still think this might be a short today, but more importantly, you don't have to trade once you're done with the day. That's how you stay consistent. Right? If you have the money, keep taking the money, and then you shut the computer off, and then the sun goes down, and it's the next day, you've made money. And if you consistently just take some money, shut the computer or whatever you're doing, don't trade anymore. The next thing you know, 9 days go by, you have made money now 9 days in a row. You're a consistent trader. That's what you want. You want consistency. This trade hasn't failed yet. And when they do fail, they're very small losses because everything you need to know about what you're going to do is staring you right in the face. There's no guesswork. I'm shorting it because it's breaking VWAP. I'm going to cover if I'm wrong at prior highs. I'm buying something when it breaks the VWAP. I'm going to sell it if it breaks prior lows. I don't know if you ever read about a book about trading, but they're usually pretty thick. Let's see, the smallest book I read about trading was this free guide to trading, and it still had 146 pages, right? There's that money. I could sum up trading in 6 pages, but who's going to buy my book for $49.99? Exactly, you wouldn't. So most of my books going to be stories about midgets giving me blowjobs underneath the desk while I was trading, even though that didn't happen. Sounds like a good story, right? But this is it. It it's the same day over and over again, and that's why there's not much to really say. It's the same trade. Come and witness it, learn how to do it, get your prior day VWAP on the chart, anchored VWAP in some circles, and then you know, live your life. So, what are we looking at today? Looking at the rest of the solar stocks to see if they wake up. There's an index called TAN, just to see if it hangs in there. Obviously, watching Tesla for the rest of the day to see if it sells off. If it breaks under the 160, probably going to give it a shot. Short again, see if it tests the levels, the low levels from the prior test down here, which is 158.5. Boeing, obviously, I'm looking to usually short stocks that are gapped up, but this one held the VWAP and rallied off it. I would only short the stock now, probably if it breaks back under that last breakout up top. So 176.30, I'll keep an eye on this for a possible short. Um, and then, it's pretty remarkable move by the Qs. We had a 6-day bear market. Um, is it over? I don't know. I don't care. If the market starts going down again, I will short the market again. So this is day 3. Usually the 3rd day we run out of steam on a bounce. So if we run out of steam, these 2 candles are out of the money. You can just remove those. Sometimes these bad trends come into play because it's the matrix showing you that there's some foolery going on. But here's what I look at. If the Qs are above 428.73 today, chances are we're going higher and higher and higher. 3rd day of the rally, I look for rollovers. So if it gets back up to the 428.30 area and fails and it breaks back under the VWAP, then I get you. I like to see if the market will rally first and then roll because those are the better moves. And there's nothing wrong with being patient. I got some money on the Tesla trade. I got some money on the ENPH. As much as I probably shouldn't put any more trades on today, I never listen to myself. But I will sit here and wait because I'm just waiting to see what the Qs will do. And UVXY has been descending, so pretty, 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 pretty good. Pretty good environment to be a trader right now. And if you're not making money trading, here's what I suggest. Come to my website, hang out with me for 2 weeks. I don't need to even know your real name. You could put in some fake email, fake name, fake phone number. I don't care. I just want you to show up. So then you can see this stuff happening live. So then you can finally say to yourself, holy shit, this is legit. And then maybe you'll want to hang with us for the next 2 to 3 years. You plop down some money, you join the club, and we all trade together for the next 2 to 3 years. That's it. I have nothing left to offer except for myself. Blood, sweat, and tears. Have a nice morning. Good luck. Maybe we'll stay alive. I don't know. Want to stay alive? I don't know. Maybe we stay alive. I tend to not talk too much. So that's content lately. I've just been sitting here milking positions. Anyway, I've already destroyed the UVXY calls. They were selling me January 2025. You want to see something fun? The open interest the other day was just me. Yeah, I am. I was the open interest on the entire contract. So if you looked at the January 2025 UVXY $80 calls, that was me. $10, 9 and change, 8 something. I sold a couple of contracts at 750, a couple of contracts at 2 at 7, and then they dropped the bid to 450 because I kept hammering it. And it's free money, and they do whatever they can to not let you take that free money. Anyway, see how the Qs went from being a short to a long? That's why I don't do alerts. Imagine getting an alert from me, right? You just got your phone. Oh, Kenny's shorting the Qs. All right, let's go short the Qs. The next thing you know, you're getting your ass kicked. But the Qs were short at 427.80, and you could have made some money there. And then this is what we call the fake out, shake out, ass crack breakout. There's no reason to be short the Qs now. You've got a pattern here where you want to be a buyer. Breaks the new low, comes right back, forms this little Kardashian bottom right there. You're a buyer at the half. And again, one of the most important rules of trading VWAP, don't be short stocks when they break back above the VWAP. That's it. That's it. All right, we got a minute. And, obviously I don't really care too much about the open. I don't hold positions into the open unless I'm up big already. And I got Swadoosh. The NPH is already up 4.5 points since I sold it. And I'm pretty much not compelled to trade because I just left 4.5 points on the table by selling this thing because I don't want to have stocks into the open. And I just left, $400 or $500 on the table. I've already taken myself out of the game. I have no desire to trade. Again, you're usually in the trade you should be in. And again, if you bought it as soon as I said I was trading it, congratulations, you're up. Earnings reversals. You work. My name is Dr. Chilton. Dr. Chilton, I presume? Baltimore is a very nice town to have a guide. All right. Seriously. That happened. So EMPH is now a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, the trade that hasn't failed in 2023. You're witnessing it right here. So if the stock gets over the 1 minute from being underneath it, you want to be the first person to buy it. And then this is just classic, just price. You're breaking 107.50. That's a big number. 107.50 generally gets you to the 110. 110 generally gets you to the 112.50. Now you got the shorts on the wrong side of this trade, and they're freaking out. But I thought the numbers were terrible. Solar. Nobody wants to own these stocks. Great. And maybe in the next 45 minutes, no one's going to want to own this either. But who cares? Because you're making money. Take the money. Now, I feel a little foolish because I was selling into the move, and by 110, I was done. So I left basically 6 points on the table. So that basically says, don't trade today. You just left 6 points on the table. So now I sit back and I'm going to be extra disciplined, right? Extra, you know, patient because I've got. Oh, by the way, if you sold into that move, awesome. Now here's the moment of truth. And again, I don't really trade this stock, but now let's see what happens. You got your 1 minute, you got your multi-day, the people took their profits. Beautiful, beautiful trade. So here comes the profit taking. The profit taking now will create a new opportunity. Stays near the VWAP and doesn't break back below these ranges, it'll form another pattern. And in that pattern, it creates your buys, your stops, your areas of concern, and so forth and so on. But while we're doing that, let's take a look at the other one. So you got Boeing, right? All right. Let me guess. What do you? Oh, actually, I'll let you guess. Remember when I said chances are I'm going to want to short the stock, right? Because stocks that are gapped up on earnings, my default is to wait for profit takers, right? So again, assuming somebody was out there speculating on Boeing, I don't care that their planes are falling apart. I don't care about blah 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 blah. They bought the stock 5 days ago. They're up 7 points, 10 points. What are they going to do? They're going to want to take profits at the open. There's the profit takers, right? And if you shorted it, again, right out of the gate, you got 175.75, and it plummeted 2 points. And then within 30 seconds, you could have made 2 points. Now you might be getting stopped out because up. That's what happens. So now let's go take a look at Tesla. Same kind of thing. I was looking to short Tesla. Look where it is now, homies. Right? And how do you make money trading? Stick with one symbol. Because if you took your eye off the Tesla, you missed the double top, you missed the rollover, and then you missed the VWAP break at 162.50. You should be slamming the stock at 162.50. Hey, Kenny, are you in the trade? No. Do you see me trading? No. But I'm showing you how to trade. See, this is what I do. I'm done. I'm done. I had Tesla short, EMPH long. I'm good. So now I spend the next 8 hours explaining to people how to make money trading. I'm good, right? You should be shorting Tesla, right? Why? Because it broke VWAP and 162.50. Now it's back to the 160. What do you do here? Take money off the table at 160 and a quarter. Done. There you go. My simulated trader just went off 160 and a quarter, covered. So now at 160 and a quarter, you just covered half your trade. Now what do? You put a tight stop at 161.50. You're looking for it to break down below where it came from, right? So you got the 160. Congratulations, cover some, right? And you know it went down here. So you're looking for 158.41, or you get out at 161 and a quarter. That's it. Trading's done. Now it's over. Either you're going to cover the rest at 161 and a quarter, or you're not, and you're going to wait to see if it goes to 158 41. And then you sit here and you wait. Hope I don't get stopped out. Uh-oh. Oh, might get stopped out right now. Uh-oh. Right? There's no anxiety, no fear. It is what it is. It's price. Right? Look at that. Battling at the 161 and a quarter area. You're still in the trade. Look at that. Now the brakes on this next move up, you get out. And then maybe you do it again. Or you don't. Because less is more in trading. Right? You like that 161 and a quarter area, right? You're battling there. Because the market's rigged. You just use price right back in its face. So now you're still short the Tesla until 161 and a quarter. I'm surprised you didn't get stopped out there. Hey, by the way, oh, whoa, Q's new highs. By the way, I'm done 90% of that short. You didn't think I was going to just stay short when the market's ripping in my face, right? If you read the posts, I was looking for very specific prices on the downside. I got them. Tesla, new lows. Look at you, professional trader. All right. Now, if you didn't cover some on the way down before, now you definitely should cover some because don't be dumb about it, right? In the next 2 seconds, it could go ripping right back to 161 and a quarter. If you didn't take profits before, here it is, 159 and a half. Done, 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 done. Do it. So now you're looking for the 148, 158, 41, right? If you didn't take profits yet, I don't know what you're doing. Now you're looking for the 148.50. If now that you've taken profits, taken, took, yeah, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Q's new highs. Uh, you lower your stop, right? So now you're thinking 158 and a quarter. Sorry, 158.41. You want it. You want it. Your bid's out there already at 158.41. You're going to cover 9 more shares or 16 more shares or something. You do things at the price when it gets to the price. 158.41, right? Do something there. If you don't get out of the whole thing, there it is, 158.41. You see how the market's rigged? You see what I'm saying there, Warriors? You see what I'm saying? You're good. Real good, Warriors. Just look at the price from where it was. Stocks go back to the prices from where they were because the market's rigged. It's rigged to price. There it is. You just saw it live. 140, 158.41. There it was. What can I do to explain it more so than right there? Well, but Kenny, now what do we do? You cover some here, and then you put a tighter stop on what you got left. Now you're still short the Tesla, and you're going to use the 160 as your out. And now you're going to look to see if it falls more to the levels from where it broke out from yesterday at 157.50. So now I'm going to sell, I'm going to get out of the rest of my short at 160 because shorting is short lived and you're going to die, right? Next, they short stocks because you're going to get your fucking head caved in. Shorting is basically illegal in this country, right? Can't be shorting stocks for more than 5 or 6 minutes, for God's sakes. And then we went down for a whole fucking 6 days. You think we're ever going down again? Of course not. And by the way, Visa's a short too. What are you doing? I didn't even mention Visa. I don't have to mention Visa. Did they report earnings? And now your Tesla trade's over. Have a nice day.
Kenny, you make it seem so simple.
It is. Stop. Shut the TV. Right? Look where you sold. Look where ENPH went from where it hit the multi-day. Right? You got it overshot to the multi-day. You had a great time. And look, since that move, it's now basically been a short. Next, get back over the multi-day. You broke back under the VWAP. Yeah, it's been kind of a choppy spaghetti, but how about that Tesla? Right? Take a look at Boeing since you sold out, since you went short. Right? That's what we call the finger of God. I didn't even mention shorting Boeing, didn't I? Didn't I? You see how you can't be on. That's why I say to you guys, you know, it'd be nice if I had a team of people trading my money and you just traded VWAP reversals because I legitimately cannot be in all these trades all at the same time. But you should be shorting Boeing because that's a rollover, double bottom break, VWAP break. Let's go. Don't wait for me. I'm too busy trying to make $100 shorting Tesla. And now here's the Visa. Oh, looks very similar, right? Stock above VWAP, break VWAP shorted. Hasn't broken the 930 high yet. So continues to be a short. The levels from where it went up are your stops. And you're a shorter at 281.76 and it went down to 279.76. That's a day's pick. Just choose one. I should choose you. I shorted 161.35 on Tesla. Yeah. By the way, Q's new highs. Q's new fucking highs. Q's new highs. Q's new fucking highs. Can somebody come here and put a freaking hammer through my skull? Like, why am I even still short? I mean, again, I'm swinging the short. I've covered 97% of it. But what's the point? Like I said a couple of weeks ago, what's the point of even shorting? Right? It's not like we're gonna stay down. It's not like we're gonna trend down. It's not like we're gonna go down for more than we had 6 freaking days, people. 6 days. Those 6 days, and again, I'm not saying I'm bearish or bullish, but in a bull market and you get a 6 day sell-off, quite often that's met with now 60 to 600 days of upside. Because whatever happens to the downside, it's met with an equal and greater move 3 to 5 to 10 times the move of the short. See, and that's why lately I've been qualifying and adding to the statements, right? Just because I'm saying something means nothing. It's what you're doing, right? You're shorting Visa, you're shorting the Boeing, you're shorting the Tesla, you're buying ENPH. And then an hour from now, if you watch this video, man, Kenny must have got fucked up by those trades. They're all on the, you know what I'm saying? Like 2 hours later, the Qs could be down 6 points. Oh, he was saying the market's never going down. Man, he was shorting Tesla. And if you see it at 190 tomorrow, it means nothing. Your day legitimately, you've just lived 2 days. It's 9:43. Pre-market session was fine. ENPH, Tesla short. Market opens up, bang, you got another opportunity for Tesla short, Visa short, ENPH short. Haven't even mentioned Mattel, right? Why are we not buying Mattel, right? Come on, you love that movie. Do you? I don't. I haven't watched it yet. But Mattel reported earnings, right? I'm thinking probably going to be a short, but things got no volume, right? Nobody cares. And then it breaks VWAP. No reason to be short. Buy it. 933. 1933 got you 1993. You know what that is on 1,000 shares? Usually anything under 20, I buy 1,000 shares when I trade, that is. But I don't trade anymore. All I do is short UVXY for a living. Anyway, UVXY is down 7 points this week, homies. I got 27,000 shares short now. I got my life savings short UVXY. You know why? Because it always goes down, baby. Always. The earnings reversals are just like the fun part. So between shorting UVXY, knowing the Qs never go down, and earnings reversals, there isn't anything left. There isn't anything left that you need to know about the stock market. You don't need to know about what these companies do, who the CEOs are, and you certainly don't need to know about EBITDA, EBITDA, EBITDA. That's all, folks. Nobody gives a shit how much money these companies make or don't make. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's why the Donald Trump stock was hilarious. You know why it was hilarious? Because people suddenly cared, and that's bearish. If people start talking about fundamentals and that's the reason the stock's going down, you got yourself a shitty stock there. Because normally stocks don't care. They go up because people want to own them. They go down because people don't want to own them. Like Chinese stocks, right? Remember 5 years ago, I said there's going to be a boycott. Hopefully, I could start the boycott. And no matter what these companies say they make or don't make, they're all going to go down because inevitably no one's going to want to own them. Right? Alibaba, according to them, make more money than certain countries. The stock sits around and does nothing but go down for the last 3 or 4 years. Why? Because nobody wants to own it. Death to Chinese stocks. They shouldn't be allowed to be trading on our platforms. We don't need these stocks. They're all scams anyway. Anyway, who cares about that conversation? Exactly. Mattel, Tesla, Boeing, UVXY, Qs. Every day you come in. So anyway, but one more thing about that. The uh, the DJT stock was a screaming buy a couple days ago when it hit 2250 and it held. Right? Even I was buying that stock, and I posted, if you're going to let the hatred of a guy prevent you from making money, you're never going to make money as a trader. That's exactly the real reason to buy it because you're seeing through whatever you think. And I still think this DJT stock will inevitably be at zero, just like his last venture into the stock market. If you didn't know, probably should have chose a better symbol than DJT because he already went bankrupt. Mind you, the only casino to go bankrupt in that time frame. Well done. Well done. I ran a casino in my basement when I was a kid. I made more money than he did. Anyway, but the stock was a screaming buy. But the scary part about the DJT stock is that when they announced when they started doing they were reading the prospectus and they were reading all the stuff, and people actually cared that they don't make any money. You don't want to own a stock when people care. If people care that they don't make any money, the stock's not going to go up. You want a stock that nobody cares what they do, and people just want to own it, like Tesla 3 years ago. Nobody cared if they made cars or spaceships or whatnot. Everybody wanted in. It was exciting to own it, and it was going up every day. So you're laughing about Alibaba? Why? Stock's been going down for 3 years now. Inevitably, hopefully, it'll be at zero also when it gets exposed for the child porn and the money laundering it's doing. So anyway, there's another trade going on, and it's Visa, right? You're still short, right? Because it hasn't got you out, right? This whole trading game is about doing less and less. right? If you're short the stock, you've covered some because it broke the low of the day. And now the candles where it tried to rally, you see the top and the bottom of this candle right here? Basically 281. You see how the VWAP's trailing down to the 281? That's the only place you want to get out of this Visa short, other than taking profits. Because if you shorted it at the VWAP at 281.76, you got to the 280.25, which is below. You want to take profit. And now you could use the profit area where you took profits is what I usually do. I like to cover on the way back up where I covered earlier. So I would use scatter it out. And let's say you got again 200 shares, 100 here, 100 here, and then you sit and wait. Hope for the best. And if anybody's short the cues, I looking for a new strain of something to smoke because you must be out of your fucking mind. I mean, it's insane. 3 days later, I went from literally staying up all night watching rockets and bombs and thinking I was going to wake up to full jihad being declared and have to go out with body armor on to, oh, I guess nobody cares. And here we are 3 days later. Qs are up, I don't know. So I covered it. I started covering at 416, 418.50, 421, and 423. And here we are back at 430. I got a smidgen left because I promised I wouldn't cover unless we broke back over the 3-month VWAP on the Qs. And again, this is just a dumb part of the trade, being short. Because shorting obviously doesn't work over any extended period of time. I'm giving it to the 430, 441. And again, I'm naked calls, so it's not like I'm getting crushed on a tick here. The SQQ already got out. But anyway, yeah, this is the greatest market ever. The last 15 to 20 days hopefully gave you a heads up on the idea that you don't have to hold. And I changed my vernacular there. I used to say you don't have to own. Own implies that you're long. Holding anything, you don't have to hold. There's no need. Every one of my swing trades, the last 20% all became losses. Anyway, so let's go back to the secret trades that you're in, right? You're short AT&T, right? Why? I'm gonna guess it broke VWAP. Okay, this is as perfect as perfect gets, right? So AT&T, stock's gapped up. Nobody cares about this stock, so you're looking for a reason to short it, right? Free market, there's the easy trade. Breaks the VWAP for the first time. You're a shorter. I don't like holding stocks into the open. All right, cool. It establishes itself pretty quickly that it's not going higher. Lower high, lower high, lower high, rollover. Short it, 1696, right? And you're using 17, 1701, and 1703. So this AT&T short, by definition, right, is my favorite trade of the day. You want to know why? Because it's low risk, medium reward, easily telegraphed, blue line to orange line, and you got yourself a 1-minute multi-day and a possible reversal. So remember, the shorters are already short the AT&T, and a 50-cent move on AT&T is pretty much all you usually get. But it looks like it's going to go lower because generally, if you get through the 1-minute and through the multi-day, you tend to go further. So the shorters are sitting here and they're shorting some more, but they're also coming into a whole and a half number where you're going to see some covering. Activity happens at the half number, there'll be some covering there. So the shorters will say, all right, cool. I'm short from 1696. I'm going to cover some here at 50. And then I'm going to use the midway point right there at the 70 as my out. Voila. Now you don't have to do anything left. Now you're saying, hey, maybe this thing goes to 16. I've covered some here at the half. You could say, hey, motherfucker, another winning VWAP trade on an earnings report, right? You've won, but you don't cover it all until it forces you to cover it all. So you stay short the stock until it breaks back over 1670 or it goes to 16. And voila, now you're in this trade. And what's the coincidence between all the names we talked about today? Earnings, VWAP, same day, every day, same trade, same attitude. And look where ENPH is now. Imagine for a second you're just watching this one name. You had some FOMO on the long side, maybe you caught the short, and then it becomes a faux show bro 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. You see why I don't send alerts? Imagine you just got the alert. All right, we're shorting the stock. And you would have made 3 points on the short, but then you got to cover and go long. Dipping, ripping. That's why if you stick with one symbol, you generally have 3 opportunities a day to be on the same stock. Why not just stick with one name? And I'm embarrassed now that I didn't go back to this because this is the one stock that I did trade. You fucking hump. You see? Because I'm too busy flapping and I missed. What a great entry. This is an 8-point move happening here, 9-point move. I go long. This would have been, so let's assume you weren't in the short and you had to flip the script. But the VWAP, what's so awesome about it, right? It's telling you, bro, you better get out of this thing. You don't want to be on the other side of a setup that's a long setup. So if you, let's say you shorted it here and you didn't take your 2-point profit, you better be getting out. Never stay short.
Never stay short stocks that are breaking back over the VWAP that have reported earnings. Ever.
You know that. That's basically rule number 1. Okay. Well, he was just talking about ENPH as a short. Oh shit, it's breaking back over the VWAP. What do I do? What do I do? I think he said something about
Never stay short a stock that's breaking back over the VWAP that just reported earnings.
oh, right. That's what he said. So maybe I should buy it. There you go. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal for another 7-point trade on the same stock.
Kenny, since you mentioned it, the Qs are actually rolling over too. It's pretty impressive. I know.
Why do I have my own bullhorn? I don't know. Who doesn't need this? Everybody needs their own bullhorn. Well, while I got the bullhorn out,
If you're supporting Palestine and Hamas, you're with the terrorists and you're going to die.
just a reminder, you're not aware of what's going on in Manhattan. And by the way, if you're out there listening, which I know you're not, I'll show up with 6 or 7 of my friends. We all own our own flamethrowers. So we'll clean that yard up in about 5 minutes when I start melting the fucking tents to their skin. And by the way, if you didn't know that, for some reason in Jersey, you can't own a magazine with more than 10 rounds in it, but you can own a flamethrower. I can't own a retractable knife or a billy club from the 1920s, but I could own a flamethrower. I'm curious. Can you just roam the streets with the flamethrower? I'm not sure. I'm actually curious about my sword too, because I ain't going to the city without at least 3 to 5 weapons on me. I was thinking about doing some funny bits because I want to do some stand-up comedy, but I really don't want to go into the city. I was thinking about bringing bodyguards with me and kind of making it like part of the show. If anybody wants to heckle me, just remember Joey and Vito are here to fuck you up. And if anybody has any anti-Semitic comments, you want to fight me to the death, I'll meet you outside after the show. I don't know if I can even go into the city right now. A brigade. All right, let's get back to trading, right? Qs, right? Finally hits the sellers up there, right? Oh, this is the big one, right, Elizabeth? Woo! Went below the VWAP. You actually tested the lows from the prior hold. Yeah. By the way, this is day 3 of the rally. Usually 3, right, is where you end. So I'm kind of thinking that we do get some selling today, but I want to wait for 100% confirmation of some selling, right? If I'm going to trade anything other than earnings, it's got to get rejected by the VWAP here, right here. I'm working through computers at the same time. You want it to roll, break that double bottom. Now, and that's not even, I'm not excited yet. I need to be 100% convinced. I need the Qs to start breaking 127.16 for me to even think about shorting. Intraday, that is. I've still got some, bullshit straggling around. Let's go back to the trades that are on right now. Boeing, short. Kill it. Kill it. Right? You got a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal happening right here. Who gives a shit about the Qs? Right? Nobody. Exactly. You want to make a living? You want to make a living at this? You trade what you see. Visa, short. Right? Boeing, short. ENPH, on both sides. Long trade, little short, massive long. And all you're doing, right? Again, we're only at 10 o'clock. You're afraid to trade the open? Good. Don't then. Wait 15 minutes. Because look at what you got if you just waited it out. 15 wonderful minutes. Why 15 minutes? I'll explain. Because between 9:30 and 9:45, you have what we call as tomfuckery. The insiders and the market makers have their orders on the desk. They know what's up. That's when the most blatant, easily manipulated bullshit goes on. Because they have the orders. They know what's up. They're on the phone. They're working it. They know what's going on. You don't. But after 15 minutes, a lot of that, all that chop. Remember the options also. You want to trade some options. You can't trade options at the open. The spreads are open and the prices are expensive. But after 15 minutes, the market makers who are manipulating everything because they have the orders, they know what's up pretty much, right? Option prices start to, the spreads come in, the option prices come down. They feel more comfortable giving you better prints. And look, if you just would have waited 15 minutes on this ENPH, you're looking at the 110s. Let's take a look. And I've traded options on this stock before, ENPH. Let's go 110s because if you're trading options, let me tell you one more rule. Ready? Here comes rules.
Weekly at the money.
Sorry, I don't have to write a book about it. If you're trading options and you're day trading the options, you want to trade at the money closest to expiration. Weekly at the money. So you're going what? Stocks breaking 110? Oh, go with the 110s. 110, right? So that's the 109. 110. There's the VWAP break. You would have been buying 377. 377, let's round it off to 4 for easy math. 4 got you up to 9. By the time it got to 9, you would have sold some at 6, 7, 8, and you would have made at least close to 100% on your money. And let's take a look at that Tesla short, right? If you stay short, you got fucking annihilated, right? Short worked. You got paid. It went to those levels, and that's all she wanted to give you. Remember the 158.41? Remember? Because the market's rigged to price. So when stocks get to where they've been rigged to go to, you got to do something about it. You won the money. I won. I won the money. You said, all right, I'm going to short the VWAP because it's probably going to test the pre-market lows. And then it did do something at that price. And then you get stopped out, and now you get to go to 180. You shorted Tesla twice and lived to tell the tale. Now's the time to get in the stock on the long side because
You never want to be short a stock that reported earnings that's breaking back over the VWAP.
Rule number one. You know that. So if you see a stock breaking back over the VWAP that was just a beautiful short, buy it.
Eddie, you're really just laying down the law today. You're making it seem pretty simple. I think I finally understood. Man, I've been here for 8 years. I think I'm ready to take one of these trades. Are you?
I will give you $100,000 if you can actually trade the money. Like if I actually had confidence, right, that there is somebody out there that would just say, "Yes, I get it. So you want me to trade stocks that report earnings around the VWAP and the prices from the pre-market?" Yes, yes, I do. Here's $100,000. Go ahead. No, I have to find every schmuck on earth.
So what are you saying? So you want me to buy gold futures long term and buy some Carvana calls and hold them for 6 weeks?
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
So I should buy this IPO and then go to lunch without a stop on and come back to see I'm down 10 grand?
Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly what I want you to do. Yes, do exactly that. No, I want you to short Boeing and crush it. Can you handle that? Could you handle that? Wait for the stock to break VWAP and then do something, and then cover on the way down. And now, if you're short Boeing, crushing it. Long on Tesla's now turning it to be a monster.
So what are you saying? Should I buy BlackBerry calls because I heard a rumor on the internet?
Yes, yes. Buy me 300 calls. Yeah, out of the money too. Like 70% out of the money. So I have a zero chance of making anything on it. And then call me a pussy for not putting the trade on because I don't like to speculate on internet rumors on shitty stocks. By the way, this is a real story. And if you're short Boeing right now, this is what we call the 1 minute multi-day VWAP break. It's not a reversal yet because the stock's still green. And you're laughing about Alibaba being up 2 points after the stock's gone down for 3.5 years. Who cares about Alibaba? By the way, don't trade Chinese stocks. Just don't do it. Don't even give them the satisfaction of a long trade in any of those names. Don't support them at all. By the way, Qs, right? Imagine you were short the Qs there for a whole, what did it last, for 38 seconds? So anyway, if you're buying, if you bought the Tesla, you see how trading works? Imagine you got an alert. Well, Kenny was shorting Tesla this morning. I got an alert. Man, I'm down 6 grand. Meanwhile, we made twice on Tesla shorts. And then you come on and you hear me talking about how it's a long now and you feel like you've been wrong, right? That's why the only way to do this is live. Because 20 minutes from now, let's say the stock suddenly, whatever, another one of their cyber trucks, comes to life and starts killing people like RoboCop and shit. What was the name of the other guy? Not, you have 20 seconds to comply. Cybertruck's gonna turn into that fucker and start shooting people. It was Dick Jones! It was Dick Jones! Anyway, the idea is the stock could be plummeting 20 points later on today. You don't know, right? What you do know is that it's above VWAP.
you buy it and you sell into the move. And then when it pulled back to hold the VWAP here, that's confirmation of the bullishness. And then you're breaking the 930 candles. That's still a buy right here. We used to just buy stocks because they were breaking the 930 highs. The dip and rip. You know, the first trade site. Again, that's why when you hear the stories of 1999, why was it easy? Every morning was like this. Well, the market's going down. Oh, no, it's going back up. Well, breaking 930 highs. Buy 3 stocks, they'd all go up. And you'd sit there watching them all day. And then you'd sell Yahoo, and it would go up 9 points after you got out. Maybe I should stop selling. Maybe I should. And that was every day. Market would try to go down for 4 or 5 minutes. It'd break. It would start going back up. The better traders bought it on the turn. The not so better traders would buy just a 930 high candle break, and you'd make money. And it was that easy. And there's that trade. The VWAP's getting you into trades that have already been established as winners down here instead of waiting to be a buyer up there. You know what I mean? Now, Biff here. Now, Biff, BKR, right? BKR, BKR. Why are you not stopping private pile? Why are you not buying Baker Hughes? Come on, they make oil drill parts and shit. 1 minute multi-day VWAP earnings reversal right here for you. Don't wait for me. I didn't even mention Baker Hughes because I haven't, but it's on the list, right? That's why I should be a member of our website. By the way, I love this Baker Hughes trade. You know why? Cheap and good, like my winning. Huh? That's a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. I heard these trades work every time. They do. Well, I didn't hear you mention it. I didn't. But if you know to watch Baker Hughes, so why is Baker Hughes on the list today? I don't know. They reported earnings. Right. Okay, cool. So what do? And by the way, look where 945 came into play. 945, you wait those 15 minutes, you get the world at your feet. Because if you get the first 5 minutes wrong, sometimes you're in a hole and you got to dig yourself out of the hole. Just wait. Just wait. Wait 15 minutes. I used to sit there and have to suck the saliva back into my face at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd still be so anxious to trade. Now I could give a shit. There's opportunities abound everywhere, every 15 minutes. Free market, got to be very, very specific because it's still dangerous because it's illiquid, but the VWAP works well. I'd rather still have the rookies, the noobs, people that are struggling. 9:45 to 11 o'clock is the greatest environment for trading there is, especially using VWAP and options. The ranges are formed, the VWAPs are formed, prior day VWAP comes into play, your options are a little bit more liquid and priced better. Wait 15 minutes. You waited 15 minutes, you got the Boeing short anyway, you got the EKR long, the ENPH, and you're freaking loving life right now. And maybe, wait, if you waited 15 minutes on the Tesla, look where it broke. That's 9:45. Have a nice day. Now, if the Qs start rolling over, I might have to excuse myself right now. What? By the way, if I really had to, choose, I would say I don't want to admit this, but I'm with Goldman Sachs, and I don't want to even say this out loud because it's putting it out there in the matrix. Goldman Sachs said they don't trust this rally. Neither do I. Which kind of makes me want to trust the rally because if Goldman Sachs is saying something, is as notorious as they are that they never lose money because again, you don't know what Goldman Sachs does for a living. They're money launderers for the United States government. That's what they do. They get paid to issue bonds and take care of that investment banking. That's how they make it. They have no fucking idea how to trade. I have no idea about analysts. We can't pick a fucking good stock to save their life. They're the same. Remember, this is the company that told you to go long February 2021 because they don't see any reason the market shouldn't start really taking off from there. The Kathy Wood top February 2021, but even before that, we still give it up for the AMD call of the century. Goldman Sachs downgrading AMD when it finally got above $5. The thing's been struggling for years. It finally gets over five, and then Goldman, and I'm pumping this to my company. I'm pitching it to everybody I could do. Anybody that wanted to listen to me, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And then Goldman Sachs tells everybody to short it about a week later with 250 target. 250. Goldman Sachs telling you to short AMD. Nice call. But right now, yes, the Qs are rolling over, and I'm starting to get very, very excited about it. This is my excited face. You know what I'd really appreciate? Which one? Yeah. Actually, just give me the stock you want me to look at, and I'll look at it. Majority of what you want to do today seems to be done. So I'm just kind of waiting to see the Qs keep struggling. If they roll, then maybe I put a trade on. What are you looking for? By the way, ENPH is now, like, I've left 12 points on the table on that stuff. Texas Instruments, there's the only one we haven't looked at. Ooh, all right. Well, look, if you short out the open, the fade through the VWAP, the short was 177.80, you got paid. So now I would have been forced to cover whatever I had left because it was just consolidating under the VWAP. I probably would have been done with the short here. But now that it rolled over, kind of, looks like it's just bullish consolidation. I'd rather short it again if it breaks the low. Other than that, again, sometimes you just have a stock that sits in limbo for the whole rest of the day. Oracle tends to do that. Whatever Nike that day. Yeah, sometimes stocks are just they're good enough to hold the gap, and nobody wants to do anything, and then you just sit here and you get chopped up. But your first trade was a sell. Usually I'm looking to sell gaps. Right now, it's just in limbo. So what I'm kind of hoping for, and I'll tell you, you never really get what you're hoping for. I'm hoping the market goes red today. I'm hoping UVXY rips to $35 so that I can shoot the shit out of more of it at 35 and change. I need it to pop. UVXY needs to go up, so then they kind of sucker people into buying the calls. I've been selling naked calls since the split. If you know, I was hitting the bid because the bids were firm. Now there's no bid. I was selling January 80s for over $8, and they dropped the bid to like 350. So I'm sitting on the off run. Every $80 call from next week till January, I'm on the off. So if anybody would like to buy some $80 UVXY calls from me, I'm a seller. Anybody want some? As many as you want. But again, they jack up the option prices get jacked when UVXY wakes up. So now it's been 3 massive down days. That's why I'm rooting for. Ooh, wait a second. My old pal, Halliburton. It's an earnings reversal. Son of a bitch. Look at that. My old friend Halliburton.
Illuminati. Oh, you see? Come on. I mean, it's every trade, baby. It's every trade. There's no other way to trade. Where'd you learn to trade? Where's that movie? Let me. Where's the other one? All right, I'm getting mildly excited right now. If the Qs could roll over here, UVXY is above 3350. I am starting to. Ooh, the Cialis is kicking in. What? Come on, baby. One time. Come on, UVXY. Go green. Mr. and Mrs. Nyborg Patel? These are my favorite trading soundboard. This except some of them are just off-putting. You child. You fairy. There you go. I don't care whose cousin you are. All right, I bought 7,000 shares of Halliburton. You ready? Let's go. I'm up 1 cent. Changing lives. That means I bought 7 shares. I exaggerate for flavor. You know why I'm not going crazy with the Halliburton? Because I should have been buying it at 38 and a quarter, 38.35, 38.46, 38.57, 38.59. And so, again, this thing could peter out at 39, but nibble. See if we get the extra 1/8 of a point out of it. Again, not really excited about buying it, so I bought 1. But here, what I am excited about is BKR. You got your reversal. Stock still trending. BKR new highs. Let's see if Halliburton joins in on the fun. Let's see where Halliburton could go. Again, $38 stock that doesn't move too much. You got to appreciate that it already got to the whole number. And that's where resistance was in the pre-market. I was just hoping to see it would break it, maybe get another 30 or 40 cents. So I buy a 1 lot. And I wait to see if it chops around and breaks out. I'll buy a little bit more. Because I'm sitting pretty. See, I don't need to trade. Day's already over. 3 times. Tesla, ENPH. I missed 8 other trades. This is where you trade one share just to prove to yourself that you probably shouldn't be trading. Take your size down. But if Halliburton can prove its worth to me, chop around up here, and then if it breaks, maybe I buy 600 more shares. Doesn't look bad. But, what am I expecting? 39.20, maybe? Oh, what a big man you are. Woo. By the way, I do have 17,000 shares of Halliburton at 38.89. You'll never know. But when it gets to 38.99, you'll hear a beep probably, because that's what I sell. Why am I selling at 38.99? Because I can. I always sell. I put offers out to see if somebody wants to buy it from me. So you throw a couple of hundred shares out there or whatever relative to your position, and you want to see people buying it from you on the offer. That tells you that the momentum is still there, right? 38.98. Let's go. I want my $2. 99. Was that you? That was me. Sold to you, 99. An absentee landlord. Mixed in the quotes there. All right. Did you sell some at 38.99? You should. Right? Now you're looking for 39.20. Why? Why 39.20, you say? Why? Why 39.20? I don't know. Because it popped to 39.20 earlier. Oh, sorry, yesterday. Or you could do what I'm about to do. Sell the whole fucking thing because you want to go eat something. I don't know. Want to take our 11 cents and run? I'm hoping it breaks 39. There you go. Yeah, a couple of pennies for you. 01, 02, 03. Woo, we're kicking ass now, homies. Look out. 03. You want me to sell it all? I'll sell it all right now. I don't care. 01. Yeah, I'll sell it to you. 01. Sold to you. 01. Not selling at all. So now I could put it just at break even. So my cost entry is 89, right? So I sold at 99 and 01. And now I could put a stop at my cost. And now you can't lose. Now you can't leave. Right? Scraping pennies together, right? This is what this trade's all about, but at least it's working, right? $15, 17 round magazines. Yeah, I go to jail if I even say that out loud. They actually, my cop friend, we went to a range together. He took out his 20 rounds and the 30 round mags for his AR. The guy came out from the booth and he wanted to confiscate them. So my buddy's like, look, I'm a cop. He's like, all right, look, I won't take them away from you, but you can't use them. It's insane. Not even the cops are allowed to, bust that stuff out. But I could own my own flamethrower. By the way, you haven't lived until you have your own flamethrower. It's a piece of shit. Costs $600, but hey. What I really want is a poisonous dart gun. I want to dart somebody in the neck. NCI. Oh no! Don't tell me it's ripping. Don't get us in trouble with this Neo Concept International Group Holdings Limited Corporate. When the name of the company is that long, you know it's a scam. Mr. Jones, I'd like to introduce you to Neo Concept International Group Holdings Limited ordinary shares. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what they do either, but the stock's going up. I think we should buy some. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably going to be broke in about 20 minutes, but yeah, it looks good now. All right. How should I entitle your account? Joint or individual? But we're seeing the underneath, otherwise known as the breadth of the market, starting to get a little negatory here. The Qs are hanging in there because that's what they do best. But the rest of the market's kind of fading. Dow's red. SPYs are about to go red. Yeah, I'd say the market has a chance to go down today if UVXY goes green. Malkovich. You guys are still with the Halliburton long, right? New highs. I'm pretty good at this, right? Oh, wait, look out. I'm not selling anymore until 39.20 or 38.90. What? Come on, every penny counts. Put on some tunes now. Put on some Swing Out Sister. I don't know. 39.10, he said. There you go. You could sell some here if you like. You know, trading eighths of a point. 39.12 would be an eighth of a point. And by the way, if you bought 2,000 or 3,000 shares of the Halliburton, even at the 38.89, it's a day's pay now. All it's about is making money, right? Limited risk, reward, but limited risk. You know, they say big risk, big reward. I'd rather take small risks for small, medium, and large rewards. I don't need to take risk. I don't need to take large risk to make money. And you certainly don't have to buy low and sell high. That doesn't even exist. You sell when they're going down and buy them when they're going up. Oh, see that? Matrix. Just got a power surge. Look out. All right. So the only thing that happened that would be nice is if the UVXY was to go green today and the Qs would go red. That would make this day a little bit more special. But right now, on whatever day today is, we can say now, April 24th, 2024, we're profitable. And we were profitable yesterday and the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. And now, if you just take earnings reversals and trade around price, and you're up money for the day, you can stop right here and say, hey, I'm consistently making money. I'm now one of the 2%, right? Because only 2% of day traders make money. 98% of people fail. That's because they don't even know what day trading means. It means see the money, take the money. Most day traders sit here going, oh, I hope Halliburton goes to 39.20. And then when it doesn't go to 39.20, they hold it. And then it starts to go back down. And they say, oh, Well, I guess I should have sold that. Oh, now I'm losing money on the trade. I guess I'll sell it now. Or you hang with me and I yell at you with a bullhorn and you make money like this Halliburton trade. That's right.
Halliburton, new highs. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, thank you. I'm a moron with a bullhorn.
Earnings reversals. They work every time.
By the way, while we're sitting here, I hope you're still short Visa, right? You're killing it, right? You're kicking ass on Visa, right? I didn't hear you mention it. Oh, I didn't hear you mention the Visa trade. Oh, what Visa trade? I only heard of the Halliburton trade. By the way, we're 4 cents away from the target, homies. You see, that's what we call a call. I'm buying Halliburton 38.89 with a 39.20 target. And then it goes to 39.20. Well, we're 4 cents away, right? That's how you do it. That's why I do it live. I'll do it live. Fuck it. I'll write it myself. There's no words on it. To play us out, what does that even mean? I don't know. The guy said Halliburton's going to 39.20, so I bought some $39 calls. Where'd you buy the $39 calls? Huh? Huh? Halliburton 39. Did you buy the weeklies? Of course you did. Because what do you do when you're trading options on earnings reports? You buy the weekly at the money. I would have bought 38.50s as a matter of fact, because you want to go at the money. 38.50s at the time when I mentioned them were gobbledygoo, 43 cents. And now there's 64 cents. Now, you can now kneel at my feet. Gave you the entry or gave you the out. Oh, thank you. You want to know why? Why? So now you want to know why Halliburton went to 39.20? Does anybody want to know why?
The market's rigged. The market's rigged to price. The price that the stock's going to go to is already on the chart. 39.20 sold to you.
What?
Kenny, you seem to make it really freaking easy.
I know, because it is. It is. When you just accept price into your life. Halliburton. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. The trade hasn't failed yet this year. Not one loss, guy on Elite Trader. Not one loss. You just saw it there. Now sell it, all of it. Done. Have a nice day. 39.21.
But Kenny, I thought you said you don't sell it all at one price.
I didn't. Right? Sold some at 38.99, 02, and 21. And now your watch is over. Another winner.
But Kenny, shouldn't we be holding on to some to 39.37?
Yeah, you should. So if you're still in the Halliburton, you sold here at 21 or 22. Now raise your stop to the 03, and maybe you get the other eighth of a point because it went there yesterday. So that's factored in, but generally you've won. And this trade should have been done here for a full buck on the trade, opposed to just making the last 30 cents. But we made the last 30 cents because we know what we're doing. Right in the face of the market getting weaker, right in the face of a lot of stocks breaking new lows, we stayed with the Halliburton because the trend was intact, because we know what we're doing. We knew the prices where we saw it go to once before. We know stocks tend to get back to prices from whence they came. And there you go. So if Halliburton, the last trade of the day, right? Maybe you didn't do the ENPHs or the Boeings or the Qs or the Teslas or the other 9. Maybe that was the one trade you did. Guess what? You just made a day's pay. You're a consistent trader. Shut the computer off. Who's the chick in the thumbnail? I don't know. Whenever I go to YouTube, I've been copying the first thumbnail that I see. Oh, 16 million views. Boom. That's my thumbnail now. I'm the worst YouTuber ever. I just know how to trade and talk shit. Now, my YouTube friends, this is where you say, Kenny, that was a pretty good trade. Thank you for the Halliburton. I'm impressed. You were able to find us a trade live. You got us the entry and the exit. No, nothing? I got to pat myself on the back on that one? And you're still short the Visa, right? Oh, I didn't hear you mention the Visa. I'm recommending the Visa. But Kenny, I'm short in gold in my futures account. Are you? Give a shit about gold. Kenny, what do you think about this company getting taken over? How's that Palantir working out? Who gives a shit? Stay focused. Make money. Earnings reversals. VWAP. Shut the computer. You won. And by the way, right now, if you're not getting excited, you should be. You see what's going on, right? Do I have to say it? Q's going down, homies. UVXY is over to 33.50. That's right. The only thing that can make this day any better now is if the Q's tank and go red, which would be freaking awesome. Come on. Come on. YouTube doesn't let me play music, but this is where I usually play some music for the down. Oh, this was a good one for you. Get the reference? And if we're trying to, and again, one of my favorite songs, when you have a stock that you need to go up. Get it? Get it? If you don't get it, you should get it. Come on, Q's, you fuckers. Roll over, you bitch. I shouldn't play that song when I'm short. But let's all take into consideration how awesome today has been. We fucking crushed it again. Halliburton was just icing on the cake, right? And now all we got left is the Q short, and we're just waiting to see if they roll over. Because if they roll over, day 3, usually of when you're in a slight downtrend, what we're in right now, and then you turn, usually get 3 big up days. That third day tends to be either a pause, and then you sell off that fourth day, or quite often the third day can do what I think's happening here. The third day becomes the pivot, and we give some of that back, which is why I'm still short the Qs. I'm hoping today, third day, we sell off, and if we go negative, could be pretty sweet. We're flirting with it right now. But more importantly, Halliburton worked, Visa worked, Boeing worked, ENPH worked, stayed focused. And here's what I normally do. I'll make money on the good quality trades, and then I'll just throw it all away by shorting the Qs because I'm a fucking retard. Oh, by the way, have you heard? We're allowed to use the word retard again. Thank God. Right? Woo! Not that I cared about that kind of stuff because I'm not politically correct. I'm actually politically incorrect, even though that's a show. I will stop talking now and just look at the cues, hopefully going down. But yeah. If I had never shorted the cues in my life, I'd be in a much better place right now. And if Woody had gone straight to the police, none of this would be happening. I still go back to my original AOL portfolio just to make myself sick. Anybody remember my original portfolio? You want to know what I had? It was the $35 portfolio. Me and my father, we owned 2,000 cues at $35. Yep. 1,000 shares of Adobe at $35. 1,000 shares of Tesla at $35. And 1,000 shares of Costco at $35. And we made money, but if we were in that portfolio right now, well, the Tesla would have been a sweet sell about 18 months ago. But if you were in that portfolio right now, it's about 12 to 15 million. Makes me sick. My dad's still in some of that shit. He's still in the queues, but he was in the queues. He sold it when the market started tanking in October again. See? Felt good, that 5%, until the market rallied 50%. All right. Qs are trying to go down. It's just the most annoying trade ever, and that's typical about shorting the Qs. It's just a painful trade that hardly ever works, but you got a reason to hang with it, and your pain will be over at the little blue line up there. So UVXY is green. Alan, thank you. UVXY is green. So things are starting to take root. I'm very mildly very excited. UVXY gets over 34. We should get some follow through on the downside, and hopefully we could turn this Q short into something better than it is so far. I mean, so far so good. You got the rollover. I'd like to see us, drop 2 points here. Just fighting. How about that Halliburton sell? Huh? 39.22? Huh? This guy. Right? That was live too. Well, I didn't hear you mention selling it. Dude. So let's talk about something else now. Let's talk about this baby reindeer with the stalker. No. Nah. Let's talk about The Gentleman, right? Show about weed drug dealers. Nah. Wasn't any good. Is that right? I got to put some content out there in TV world because, man, there's nothing to watch. I'll tell you something. I didn't hate that movie I didn't hate Roadhouse. It wasn't that bad. It was bad, but it was entertaining. It was better than that Liam Neeson movie, Saints and Sinners. That was a waste. The Rifleman was pretty bad too. With Liam Neeson, the last 2 films I've watched, no good. The one where he's in the car. The one he's in the car with his 2 kids. Is that right? That was a good one. It's so funny how many Liam Neeson movies there are now, and they're all the same exact movie. But there was one that is a shining beacon above all, not the Takens, but there's a movie where he's a snowplow driver. And William Forsythe's in it, and it's just awesome. Just awesome. Indian guys, gangsters. Just awesome. By the way, how about that Halliburton, huh? Got every penny we could out of that trade, yeah? Beekeeper was awesome. I hope that's real. I hope that movie's real in some way. I hope there's guys out there going after scammers and killing them. Yeah. Speaking of that, wasn't there supposed to be a 24 movie? Did that ever come out? Jack Bauer? Speaking of things that I hope is true. My wife's always telling me, oh, there's You don't have to be so worried about society. Jack Bauers are out there. They're trying. I'm like, I don't know if there is enough Jack Bauers out there to help us at this point, but I hope there are. And I hope they start at the Columbia campus with flamethrowers. Because that's going to end in some bloody violence, I hope. I mean, sad that I have to hope for violence, but it's a war. And if you're going to take sides with the terrorists, bring George Bush back. Axis of evil. If you're siding with terrorists, you are a terrorist. I like that. But I need some content to watch. I got nothing. My wife's watching Blue Bloods now. As much as I like Tom Selleck, every time he talks, I think he's selling me a reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgage. You think Justified, phenomenal. Yeah, I watched every single one of them. I'm done with. I watched all the Banshees. If you haven't seen Banshee, awesome. Kind of silly after a while, but Banshee was great. I tried to watch the second version of The Boys. Speaking of Banshee, holy mackerel! Within 5 minutes, I was repulsed. The worst. They took The Boys and made it all LGBTQ. I heard, I don't want to ruin the show for you if you want to watch it, but Homelander shows up and kills everybody. Good. My friend told me that. He's like, don't worry about it. Homelander shows up and kills everybody. I'm like, oh, good. That show was crazy, The Boys. Anna. I watched that 2 nights ago. Yes. With the Russian counterpart guy. I love that dude. Whatever he's in, he's good. He was in that World War II movie, which nobody even talks about. Everybody was watching 1917, and there was a couple other war movies that came out at the time. This one was the one about the guys, the bombers, and he was in it. What movie was that? Where they had to find the Japanese fleet and they attacked them. Was it Iwo Jima? No. What was the name of that movie? Nobody even talked about that movie. Phenomenal. What's the name of that movie? Make waterboarding great again. Yes. Yeah, 3 Body Problems. I heard that's good too. Midway! There you go. If you haven't seen Midway, go watch it right now. I'm telling you, watch it on a big screen. And you know what I went back to the other day just to remind myself how sick it is? The first half hour of Saving Private Ryan. Holy shit. If you haven't seen Saving Private Ryan, the first half hour of that movie, when they're storming the beach, that's the most frightening thing ever. I mean, that is absolute insanity. And then when you're done watching that, go back and watch Heat when they come out of the bank. And then there's just gunfire for 20 minutes. Oh, man. I had that cranked up the other day. Sick. Still one of the best movies ever. So why are we talking about movies? Because we're short the queues. And what else are we going to talk about now? We're just waiting to see what happens. Let's go. This is the slowest, most agonizing trade ever. Come on. By the way, who is that actor? If you guys know who I'm talking about, he's my new man crush. I love this guy. Everything he's in he's good. And he's a freaking handsome devil. What's his name? How come he's not on the top billing? Oh, no, his name is Luke Evans. This guy. Luke Evans. In a lot of movies. Yeah, that's where I first saw him. He was in a TV show called The Alienist, which, if you haven't read the book, it's one of the last books I ever read. The Alienist. The Alienist is the precursor to Criminal Minds and CSI. So The Alienist was the story of a cop slash, scientist who came up with the idea that, hey, maybe we could investigate crime using science. And it's a great show. He was in that show. Great book, too. New Lows on the Qs. Come on. Yeah, The Alienist. Amazing show. No one ever heard of it. 18 episodes. I think it had 2 seasons. Phenomenal. He was in that. He was in Anna, obviously. He was in the Fast and Furious, I think. A couple of those. Who's still short the Qs? This guy. Come on, motherfucker. Yeah. Let's go. All right. Now, look, if you're short the Qs and you've been suffering in silence with me, take something off the table right here. We got to the 427. Do something here. Just to make the pain a little bit less. Sitting here watching it. By the way, how about that top tick on Halliburton? Right back below where we bought it now, huh? Right. I know. Damn it. This Qs is a very, very hard trade. And when it's this hard to stay short, usually the market's telling us that it ain't gonna last. It's gonna be one candle that's gonna get us out of whatever we got left. I'm not covering. I covered, again, for the day trade, you cover it at whole number. So now if you're still short, the closest stop is the last roll, which is 27.83. I mean, it's so sick how much we have changed, right? It's so sick that, again, I was short the whole time this, last week. And I was just trying to, find some scalping opportunities on the long trades. There was no bid on the market. I mean, you couldn't even get an uptick to last for more than 20, 30 seconds. It was just. And then just 3 days later, it's to go down. It's like the most painful dollar you'll ever make. Right? It's just amazing how quickly the posture of the market changes. But the way you stay in trades is that you only get out when you have to get out. So for me, it's this pivot point right here. And I use the exact price. So I'll go 427.83. I'll go 428 because whole numbers always are something I've got to take into consideration. And then obviously 428.34 is going to be the end of the trade because
you don't want to stay short stocks that are breaking back over the VWAP, especially the Qs.
So let's talk about content. Let's talk about something important. You guys watch Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead? What'd you do last week? Hey, by the way, I'm finally getting rid of cable. You guys, YouTube TV. I got a trial. It's pretty good. You know, I'm paying, well, with what I want, I'm paying about 85. You know, that's without my Cinemax and my HBO. So YouTube TV, the basic, I'm getting a $59.99 for the first 3 months, and it goes up to about $80. You get all the local stuff, and then you add on whatever you want. It's the a la carte way is the better way. I am going to save something finally. I stuck with the Verizon Fios for my internet because they got the best internet. I still have a landline for some reason. And I'm going YouTube TV for the rest of the stuff. It's pretty good. You know, I don't even need CNBC. I use CNBC on the computer. I usually watch the Yankee games on the computer. I might have a problem watching MSG. I don't know. Yes Network streaming, but that's only because I have a Verizon account. My son told me about some website. I forgot the name of it if it's still around, but actually has streaming content for nothing, which is pretty cool when you have you get the UFC game, UFC, and some fights for nothing. I forgot the website. How about that Halliburton sell now, huh? Yes. Yes. Chicken soup for the soul? Is that what CSSE is? Wasn't that some stock? Wasn't that? What did they do? Didn't they take over somebody? Get the hell out of here. Chicken soup for the soul. Wasn't that the original BBIG? Something like that. Oh, there's so many stocks that are trading in the pennies. It's just hilarious. Oh my God, would you go down already? Shit. Can we get some momentum? Tell me somebody's still short the Visa. What happened? You see that? You see that trade? You see this? See, that's what you call a downtrend, right? You see these peaks where you've tried to get over the blue line? These are confirmations of weakness. And see the orange line? Stocks tend to break VWAP and retrace to the prior day VWAP. So that's why now, let's say you're still short the Visa, which you should be, because every attempt is a higher low classic. Your goal is full-blown reversal. You're bidding at 270. Oh, Q's. You're bidding 276 and a quarter, and your closest stop is the 278 and 278.30. And that's how you milk this trade. Way to go, man. You're 275 from a full-blown reversal. Let's go. Who's still short the Qs? This guy. Every freaking penny counts. Come on. By the way, how about that Halliburton sell? It's okay. It's okay to love me. It's easy. I deserve your admiration, opposed to most sycophant idols. How about this Q short now? You waited long enough, fucking motherfucker. Let's go. You see the confirmation going on by the UVXY going green? Alan knows what he's doing. That's why we're still short the Qs. Well, I didn't hear you mention it, didn't you? Catch is on the freaking same. Catch is, I was about to write that. Look where the Qs are now, home pieces. Remember those red lines that I drew for you? Yes. Pre-market pivot. There you go. Come on. Now, as much as I want to say don't cover. You have to do something when you get to targets. Not target, but targets. Do something right here at 426.50. Just take something. Take something off the table. You waited long enough. You suffered long enough. Take the money, right? You don't take more than another 20% off the table because we're thinking full-blown reversal now. UVXY is telling us we're on the right side of the trade. VWAP is telling us we're on the right side of the trade. It's the third day of the rally in a bearish overall environment. But still, don't forget rule number one of trading. Money. Take the money. Because now you waited an hour for this to finally get down to where you need it to get to. Take the money. Now we got to wait to see if it breaks to 40. By the way, look at the low of the day. 43. That's my lucky number. If we break down under the 35, right? And then we're talking about, we had the inverse obtuse inverted doji engulfing candle pattern yesterday. What? I'm just making shit up now. But I'm looking for it to retrace back to where we broke out from in the aftermarket yesterday. By the way, what was that chart pattern I found on the gold short that time? It was the hangman inverted obtuse Shawshank Redemption rollover pattern or some shit like that. I still like the quad Kardashian Dolly Parton setup that we had in Carvana. That was actually a legit pattern because it set up where they had the double bottom into a larger quadruple bottom. Because I am the universe's #1 pattern recognition expert. Exactly. See, it's all coming together now. Oh, by the way, the #1 pattern recognition guy, he's unemployed now. Which is awesome. Because if he's America's #1, I must be what's bigger than the universe? I'm the metaverse's #1 pattern recognition trader. How about this UVXY? Stop it. How about this Visa short? Come on. How about us sitting here? The universe is smaller than the galaxy. Sorry, the universe is bigger than the galaxy. Galaxies are in the overall universe. I need something bigger than the universe. The gigaverse. There you go. Who's still short the Qs? Who's still short the Qs? Come on. Come on now. Come on now. We waited this long. Come on now. Come on now. Push it. Push it. And you have just seen the market's manipulation in all of its splendor. Where did I say we were going to go? 430, 426, 32. You like that. And as Clot Shot says, cover. Exactly. Nice job. Don't get out of the whole thing because now we're looking for the full-blown reversal. Right? A lot easier to hold the short when you take something off the table. Right? How you doing now, new lows on the Qs? 3 days of the pivot. Huh? 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 You see that? I know what I'm talking about. Huh? Who's short the Qs right now? Who's still short the Qs? Come on. Now if you huh? Right? Huh? Right? Oh, where are we going now? Ooh, are we gonna give back the whole day? Ooh, UVXY is up 40 cents now, just like I said it would be. Oh my God, it's all happening just like I said it was. Good thing I stayed live this whole time. But Kenny, I haven't seen you put a trade on this whole time, haven't I? Does anybody still care about that? Only that one guy. Where is he? Where's that one guy that cares? You care? You care? If you did all 8 of these trades and you're up 8 grand right now, you care if I'm up 8 grand with you? You don't care about me. You care about these trades, what I'm showing you, and how I pretty much know what's going to happen. Right? You like that, right? It's like a crystal ball. Price. It's the only crystal ball you need. Now, Biff here. Let's see. You see the double bottom? Let me highlight it for you YouTubers. You see the double bottom where we just broke? That's your closest stop now. So let's get rid of all these lines because that's what we do. None of that matters anymore. You see that pivot right there, and right above it was where we broke down from. The bottom of that candle is your closest stop. So now you stay short the Qs, knowing that you've made it longer than you thought you were going to stay short, because shorting the Qs is basically illegal. Right? So our next goal is to see if it gets to the prior day. But now you've covered on the way down. You've covered at these great prices. And maybe you just call it a day and get stopped out at the 86. It's one way to do it, which by 11 o'clock is usually what I'm doing. So I'll give it the other 20 cents. I'll usually walk into the other room. I'll come back and the market will be crashing and I'll start throwing shit. It's basically what happens. VRT, what you got? Oh. By the way, this is all happening exactly according to the plan. UVXY has gone green. The market's on a little downtrend. Third day of the rally. I know, because there hasn't been a market environment that I haven't seen. And then you take what you've learned, and then you let VWAP solidify or qualify or justify or validate what you think you might know. And here we are. Still short the Qs. Looking for that next candle. And then that next candle could be the candle where we get down to 125.30. Ooh, let's do live shit. What'd you say? Open edit studies and daily high low. Edit studies. What do you want me to do? I don't like putting things on the chart. I don't like adding or subtracting anything. I've been looking at the same chart for 12 years. What do you want me to look at? Edit studies and daily high low. There's a daily high low. Where? So what'd that just do? Oh. But what's 487? What's this price that just spit out there? It's the first new thing I put on my chart since 2012. I don't even know what it's doing. I don't need it. Previous, oh, that's the previous daily highs and lows. Oh. Oh. Yeah, there goes your Neo concepts. Yeah. Congratulations, Mr. Jones. You're down 50% now since I called you. Oh, there's a chart for you. I don't know why they haven't corrected the chart. This is NCI, some IPO that came out yesterday. Why is it still Fugazi over here? It works on this chart. I don't get the, wow, that's so strange. Oh, there it went again. Oh, so if you just highlight the last hour. That's so weird. That's so freaking weird. Yeah, if you just highlight that, but no, you still don't see it. Weird. That's just some strange shit right there. Anyway, who's still short the Qs? Did anybody? Holy Boeing's negative, and ENPH gave it Jerry Orr back. Wow. Remember when I was talking about how you could watch one symbol and get 3 or 4 trades on it? Holy shnikes. Beautiful long, decent short, phenomenal long, pretty sick short now. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal back down. Even if you were just waiting for a reason. I mean, you had a couple of reasons to short it. Wow. That's awesome. But if you were still short Boeing this whole time, right? First of all, you're lying. Second of all, because again, you got blue line to orange line, back above the orange line. I would have been done with the short there. No way I'm letting it break back over 172.50, and I'm certainly not letting it get back above the VWAP. But let's say you're watching Boeing from about an hour ago. Breaks back below the VWAP, tries to get back above it, then it rolls. Now you could go short again at 172.50. Nice. Guys, you see how this day is showing you everything you need to know about trading? Sticking with one symbol, the idea that you could be on both sides of the trade, be on the right side of the VWAP, don't stay short stocks that are breaking back above the VWAP. Dip, rip, roll, Q short, UVXY green. This is all just one freaking awesome day, and it's only getting better now. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go. Give it up. What's your favorite down song? I need to put some down music on. Let's go. Guys in my office used to hate me because I was always the only one shorting. And I would just start blasting like music just to make the market go down. But they always liked when I started singing this one. Come on, you don't know the words. Sing along. When I buy stocks and I think they're going up, they tend to always go.
When life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown. Listen.
YouTube will come and kill me if I play Sinatra for more than 5 minutes. All right. Well, damn, that Boeing was an amazing trade. And again, 2 times, right? Because, again, if you were in it from here, you had covered here, here. And if you go back above prior, I usually cover when it breaks back above the prior. And then see where it came above it and tested it? That's bullish right there. And then obviously test the VWAP, pulls it, and then breaks it. You had to cover your short on the Boeing. But 17 minutes later or 11 minutes later, it's double topping, breaking down, and then testing from underneath, and then completely changes the posture of the stock, and you get the full-blown reversal. Awesome. And these Qs, it's going to be hard for the Qs to keep going down with, Tesla hanging in there at 17 points. And I'll say this again, like I said yesterday, and I'm going to go. I want to go eat some breakfast or something. Every time I'm short the Qs, I have very specific reasons. And usually the reason is exactly what I'm about to say. How is the market going to rally without, well, now it's without Netflix, Tesla's been in a downtrend. Apple's broken. Nvidia finally hit a critical valuation that people started selling. And I always say to myself, how is the market going to rally without these top 7 or 8 doing it? And the next thing you know, we're at all-time highs. So right now, again, in this moment of time, shorting the Qs feels good until it doesn't, right? Until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, you get the hell out. Because no matter how bearish you are, the market continues. And I'm speaking about the Qs in particular. They always seem to break all-time highs. So whether this sell-off and me and Goldman Sachs are right about it, which I don't like the fact that I'm even saying that, Goldman Sachs put out a report 2 days ago and said when this market does bounce, not to trust it. I agree. Which I don't like to agree. But yeah, as Ross just said, ho! And we're buying Donald Trump stock. Hang on a second. Just got a reversal. I'm in. It's reversing right now. The stock has paid every time it's reversed. I'll give it a shot right here. Just a little bit. Because we're chasing, obviously, 2 points. Don't need a chart for this. Just broke the half number. I buy a little bit at the half. Goes green. Usually get a little pop. And let's see if we get a pop above. We got to get 32.75. And we'll see what happens here. Again, I just noticed it going green. I trade all reversals. So if the stock's reversing, especially one that's coming out of a downtrend, I'll nibble. But the market, Q's short. Stay with the Q's short. Stick with the Q's short. Stay short the Q's. It's working. UVXY's new highs. Everything you want to see about being short the Q's right now is happening. This Trump stock, I just bought it right here at the half. So hopefully we get a little pop. I'll give it a quarter, maybe. And if this trade doesn't work, this is where I usually go start making some breakfast and don't come back till, 3 o'clock. And if you make it the whole day unscathed, that's pretty impressive. I usually take at least one loss, at least. And that's usually my last trade of the day. I'm like, all right, this one didn't work. I'm out of here. But the day is firmly in hand. That Boeing was another icing on the cake for that, beautiful short. I might as well look at the chart considering I just bought the stock. And usually I don't buy shit without looking, but I just saw it breaking the half. That's why I bought it. Ooh, all right. Obviously we're chasing it. Got the faux, the show, the VWAP break, the bro, the pullback, the hold. We got a multi-day acting as resistance up there, but we haven't even got there. We were 5 cents away. See if we can get there. We get over the orange line, chances are we go higher. But again, just like a Halliburton, you don't go nuts. You dip a little bit in, see if it breathes between the half and the hole, and then if it rallies above the half again, should get a break. And if not, you get the hell out. But right now, I'm more interested in the Qs going negative. UVXY getting up to 34.50. New lows on the Qs, people. New lows on the Qs. Come on. Come on now. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Steve, how you doing? We got to catch up. Q's new lows. Come on. Come on. 80 cents to go. Don't let this Trump stock, ruin your day. I'm 5 cents away from selling half of it already because it broke the half, went green for 2 pennies, and then got rejected. Market's kind of weak. Remember, the easiest thing to do is just get out of a trade that's not working. Don't fall in love. Give it the 34, what price is that right there? That's the 32, right? Yeah, that's as much as I'm going to give it. This Q short, man, this is a typical Q short. Pain, suffering, waiting. That was me, by the way. Sold it already. I'll give it 7 more cents. This Boeing short's something special now. You got the full-blown reversal. You're at the half number now. Seriously, man, these Qs. I thought we had it there. I thought that was going to be the next leg down. All right, we got to wait now some more. Linda? Holy shit, Linda, where you been? Holy cow. Wow. What a revisit on Boeing short and ENPH monsters. Still in the Donald Trump stock here. Didn't get me out of the last couple of lots yet. I did sell a few for small losses. Tomorrow night, I probably will be here. Most likely. A UVXY. By the way, you could have bought UVXY. You understand? The only time you really want to trade UVXY long is when it goes green. Did you see what I just saw? Do I think the market's still bearish? Yeah, right now it is. Yeah. We're in a market moment of limbo, really. We had our first sell-off that lasted more than 12 minutes. It actually lasted 6 whole days. We pivoted, usually get 3 massive up days to scare the shit out of every short who thinks they could stay short. This is the 3rd day. And now it's put up or shut up. But none of that matters because all we trade is the high quality setup. The Q short today is just because we can. You just want to stick with the Boeings and the ENPHs and the Halliburtons and the earnings reversals. They work every time. Everything else is second. But if you're short the Qs, I mean, this has been one really long, boring trade, which is almost about to be over. So I thought we were about to break down. And next thing you know, we might be getting stopped out. So for me, we're in limbo. But the one thing about shorting the Qs is you can't stay short the Qs ever. So and 2 cents away from getting out of the rest of this Trump stock as the first loss of the day. But again, that's what happens when you blindly buy a stock without looking at the chart. And again, it's not a big deal. If it's, most I'm going to lose here is $130. It's insignificant. The last 4 times I've traded this stock, I just bought it when it went green and it's worked. So today it didn't. See, if I would have noticed, again, the Halliburton was a little bit different because it was an earnings play. And you were still above. You were just trying to break that whole number, a little bit different. This had already rallied $1 and got to the prior day VWAP. I mean, it's still got some because it hasn't broken down yet. But I took a small loss. I bought the half. I sold some at the quarter for a small loss, and I'm going to sell the rest at 32 if it breaks it. Lockheed Martin. I'm usually a fan. It's a buy now, or was. Actually, that's a good trade because it's pretty much the first time it's above VWAP all morning. 458. You only got $1 out of it, which, again, I don't really trade Lockheed Martin too often, but that's a buy, confirming the buys by holding the VWAP. But I don't usually trade. I don't think it has that much volume, and it's a big stock. I tend to go away. Yeah, 300,000 shares, $400 stock. Usually, I don't trade them. But Visa, congratulations. You got what you needed. And now you should be done with most of this trade because blue line to orange line is where the money's made. And now your stop is the closest breakdown price, which is 277. That candle low, which is 277.16. So you stay short with a 277.16 stop because now you're only up 2 points. Chances are you might be giving back the whole day. And that's that. Hey, speaking of crypto, I was up freaking huge on that Algo X. I didn't sell any of it, but
I see it went down like 30% already. I think Doggy Coin was up to 20 something cents. Yeah, I didn't sell that either. I'm just holding on to all that stuff. Hindsight trade of the day, Boeing short. Because that one makes sense, right? Gapping up on earnings, you know they still got some issues. Coochie, coochie, coochie. Was it algo? Coochie, coochie? What's coochie? Coochie. Coochie, coochie, coo. That's a coin or whatever they call it. By the way, that IPO that you got me in at $10, it's at $4 now, Mr. Jones. You're killing me. Neo Concept International Group Holdings Limited Incorporated. Yeah, it's at 480 now. Did you get a short off on it? Speaking of shorts, I don't even know what that means. What's a Solana coin? I don't know. You're talking over my head now. I don't know these things. I'm just a caveman. I only know VWAP on regular stocks. I'm just a caveman. By the way, if you're still short the Boeing, you should be, because you're the greatest trader ever now. You got yourself a 1 minute multi-day VWAP. Now you could say it's a reversal. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Cue the music. If you don't know the song, let's sing it. And if you're still in this Trump stock, hey, we might be able to make something on the last lot. We just got back above the quarter, which is surprising. Just hanging with it until it gets me out. Just like this Boeing short. How you doing? 167.50. How you doing? Now at 167.50, you're a maniac. You must cover here because that's one of the most significant prices in the world of trading. 170 gets you 167.50. Now you're thinking 165, but you do something here. And here's what I haven't shown you. When it gets through the first prior day VWAP, start looking at multiple time frames. So 3 days worth, 4 days worth. Well, it doesn't change it on the chart simultaneously. 4 days worth, 5 days worth. Then I go looking at 10 days worth of VWAP, see where that's at. Now we're back below prior days, 167.50 on Boeing. There it is. If you haven't covered yet, please do there. Just don't cover it all. And now what do you do with the Boeing? You cover 167.50. Where did it break down from? 168.50. So the closest stop you got is 168.50 with, sprinkle in 169.20. Let's say even if you have just a measly 100 shares left, get into the habit of trading in 50 share increments. Just don't get out of the whole thing, because you got to be thinking 165 now on Boeing, right? You're breaking under monthly lows, right? They just reported earnings. Nobody wants it. You're breaking under yearly lows now off an earnings gap. Doesn't get much worse. Like anybody who was long that stock today, you said, you know what? This sucks. We got to get out. And now you're breaking under yearlies. And now you're basically going back. Looks like you're headed down to the one. What is this? Wow, this is nasty. Dude. I wouldn't want to own this stock. Holy shit. Your nearest support, really? 163.20? But, obviously if you're just day trading this thing, you've kicked ass, and you're 167.50 is big. But these are 2-year lows for this stock. That's pretty bad. Close to 18-month lows. Wow. Very nice. Very nice revisit. Very nice action. And again, this is a little hindsight, but you obviously know Boeing. Boeing's to the, I hate that I have to fly on one of their airplanes. That's how much, Boeing's like, they got issues. Like when I book my flights now, I look to see what plane I'm on. I don't want to fly on their planes, only if it's the only one out there. Holy shit, the Trump stock. Look at this. We're back to break even on the last lots here. What do you know? I actually might buy 1,000 shares on the stock if it breaks to 32.60. Because again, that was kind of the plan. Nibble and wait to see if it gives us a real reason. And consolidation between blue and orange is good. We haven't even broke the half. I mean, the whole. See, I sold some. I bought the half, waiting for it to get through the orange. Didn't. I put a tight stop on some, and the other stop was at 98. And now I'm still in the trade. So now I'm in half. If it can do something, maybe I make some of my money back. Very cool. Was that you? There you go. Back to breaking even on the other lots now. See that? What do you know about that? Now, if we could make a move, maybe we turn this into a positive trade. Or we still wind up getting stopped out at 32. Coochie, coochie. Oh, no. Day trading, VWAP, I'm 95% of day trader. I hate owning and holding and swinging. And even when your wife asked you, hey, which one of my girlfriends do you think is good looking if we were going to swing? Don't answer that question, ever. She's trying to set you up. The way out is you just say which one of the husbands you would let your wife be with. That's how you derail that conversation. Because if you say Debbie, then, oh, you like Debbie? Oh, no, I don't like Debbie. I'm just saying her husband's pretty good looking. I mean, yeah, it's for day trading specifically. Nothing works better. I mean, multiple time frame VWAPs have been awesome for swingers, but nothing better than the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal intraday on a report. That trades. Oh, look, it's my wife. She's probably watching me. That would have been funny. I heard you said you like Debbie. Oh. Bros and hoes, tell me you're still short the Qs right now. It came down to 8 cents. We almost got stopped out. That, my friends, is proper trading. Come on. Holy shit. This is actually happening. You know what? I think I'm just going to take my loss on the rest of this stuff. It's impossible to have an original stock certificate on a stock that never offered a stock certificate. Stock certificates are from like the 70s. You're a record your record of ownership is with the company, and that's it. Dividend reinvestment plan. Guys, this is actually happening right now. Holy shit. There it is. By the way, look at what the market did, right? Got to prior day VWAP. So that's the 10-day VWAP. That's why I like scrolling through these multiple time frames. So now blue line to orange line, you've won. You're finally there, right? You get out. You still want to hold 20% of what you got left because now we might have a full-blown reversal, right? So you got the 1 minute, you got the multi-day. UVXY is telling you could stay short. And the way I look at it now, you made it to 11:45. You're still short. UVXY is green. I would try to stay short the Qs now unless the UVXY goes red. But you won. Right? There's your payday. By the way, isn't it ironic? Trump stock going up while the market's going down. When the market was crashing on that Monday, that's when it had the 5-point day. By the way, half bid. Are you fucking kidding me? This has actually turned into a positive trade. What do you know? Maybe we sell. Now, I'm not going to sell it. I got to see if it breaks the 60 now. But if it breaks the 60, we got ourselves a decent trade. Not decent. At least it's not a loss. They're the ones that would have issued you the holy shit, Donald Trump. Sold to you. Now you love me. Now you love me. Now you love me. Right? Even the one we took a loss on half the position, it just turned into a positive trade. Love me. And now, you know what? Cover the whole fucking Qs. Let's get the hell out of this trade. Cover the Q short. Have a nice day. Let's go. Let's get the hell out. I got to get into the... Nah. It's running away from me as I'm trying to cover. Stop it. Oh my God, I'm so slow with this other freaking platform. What the? What the? 73, 54. Who put these trades in? I love when I look at my account. I don't even remember doing some of these things. Okay. Oh, I covered some at 73. I guess I put the orders in before I even knew what I was talking about. Okay. Well, there you go. Wind up getting stopped out of the last lot anyway. You believe that shit? Look at that. All right. Day's over. How about that Trump stock? I wish I would have bought more if I wasn't such a wimp. I thought that one was going to roll over. I put a tight stop at the quarter. If I wouldn't have got stopped out of those first, 300 shares, this whole trade would have been pretty sweet. Sold to you, 100 shares right there. 33.10 to you. Sold. Where do you think I'm putting my stop now on the rest? Take a wild guess. What? Sold to you. There you go. You don't got to guess anymore. 33. I just got done. I just sold. Oh, wait a second. What the hell just happened? Oh, no, I sold. Yeah, I got done at Where did I get done? How did Oh, 03. All right. That's good. Uh-oh, the warrants are going up. All right, I'm flat. And if you're still short Boeing, bully for you. You're looking for 165. You might want to watch my dog. Shit. By the way, I'm out of the Q short, just the day trade part. I'm still short the Qs overall with that big swing that I have on the last 20% of it. By the way, do you see what Tesla's doing right now? That's why the Qs are going down. Do you see Tesla? You see Tesla, my friends? You guys understand now if you stick with one symbol all day, you get many setups. Look, let's say you wanted to short it again. Bang, 163, got you back down to the 161. Let's say you missed that one. This is a confirmation of weakness when it can't stay above it and it starts to roll shorted at 162.50. Very nice. It's going to be hard for the Qs to keep rolling over. Apple's hitting new highs now, so that's going to, hold the Qs together. But we won. We got down. I was just, we got to where we wanted to go. Now, if you want to really be tight, you would have got stopped out. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there because we got out of that Donald Trump stock making money. How you like me now? All right. I like me. Debbie is kind of cute, as a matter of fact. What? You see, this is all just one day. I'm out. I just sold it. I was so happy that I was making money. I sold it at 33. I sold 33.11, 33.03, and 33. Oh, I sold 32 and a quarter on the other lots for a loss. I bought 32.49, 32.50, 32.55. I sold half of that. No, well, I sold 40%, I guess. 32 and a quarter. Stop on the rest was 32.99. Held. Sorry, 31.99. Popped. Sold. Instead of losing $300, we made $25. I would use the 32.60. You don't want to let it break back below where it broke out from. Now, typically, when I put tighter stops on, I get out, and then I'm miserable about the trade following through, and I think that's going to be the Qs on the short side. Now, again, in theory, I'm still short, but I got out of the day trading portion of the short just now, which is fine. And by the way, let me just talk about this DJT for a second. It's a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And you see how the reversal part was the good part of the trade? you just had to wait, 32 got you 32.50. The orange line, which is prior day VWAP, acted as resistance, half number, and then it couldn't get over the multi-day. Pulls back to hold the breakout price, which was the whole number. And then I was going to buy more, but it happened so fast that I didn't get to buy more because that's the green. The reason I was buying it in the first place was it was going green. But when you get the confirmation of it breaking prior day VWAP and going green, that's the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Trade tends to work most of the time. It would have been a lot better if we were in it from the start of it. But, turning a loss into a win, that's a good trade. And now it's still hanging in there, so you should still be in it. I'm not in it because I was just happy to get out. Plus, I'm trying to wrap this day up by 12 o'clock. Usually I'm done by now. And now I need to find somebody to watch my dog. Shit. Spell check is funny. Hey, man. I was wondering if you're around. I got a couple of dates I want to throw at you if you want to move into my house for a couple of days and watch the dog instead of bringing it to your house. That was a very long, redundant sentence I just typed. But yeah, the Qs are at the lows of the day. And again, third day of a rally coming off a down move. The third day is usually pivot day. Pivot. And we're getting it. And if we give it all back, like we have on the Dow and the SPY, usually you're going to follow through on the downside on this Q short right here. And if it wasn't for Apple and Tesla, the Qs would be down about 3.5 points by now. But you want to see something I just found by accident? This is what's fun about multiple time frame VWAP, otherwise known as anchored. I anchor it. It's predetermined anchoring, right? What the hell does that even mean? Predetermined anchoring. Brian Shannon, the Lord and Master of Anchored VWAP. And if you don't have his book, we'll have him on the show in a couple of weeks again. Pretty much the only book I've read about trading from cover to cover. That's even a lie. I skipped a lot of pages because I don't like to read about trading because it's overkill. We know what works. Anyway, trading books are funny. But he does a really good job of making it as easy to understand as possible. And this is book 2. There's a book 1. So this is part 2. And I forgot what I was saying. Oh, anchored VWAP. So Brian anchors it to what he determines as something to be specific, like prior earnings from last quarter, or I really liked what he was doing. He was anchoring the QQQ to the most significant moment over the last 6 months, which was the October 25th low. So the October 25th low is a nice place to watch from, October 25th low from last year to where we are right now. And it just, and it spits out that VWAP over that specific time frame. I didn't do it. October 25th on an hourly. So that gives you 411.61. That's why I didn't cover the whole thing, even though we got down to where I thought we were going to go. I thought we were going to go more. And I still think we are going to go down. That's why I'm a shorter up here. And I'm still short because I am staying short my swing because I'm looking at the 3-month VWAP where we broke down from, which was the most significant spot. I'm only covering what I got left if we're over 434. But right now, it feels real good to be short the Qs. And that's saying a lot because it's one of the most difficult trades you'll ever do, shorting a index that hardly ever goes down. But now you got everything you need. UVXY, pivoting to the green, market, blow off top, intraday reversal, Dow's red, SPY's red, Qs. And again, you understand the Qs would be down 3 points right now if it wasn't for Apple and Tesla. And that's the thing about the Qs. There's always something there that holds the fucker together. That's why it's the best thing to own by far. Again, if you chose, I always choose Qs over SPYs for something to own. We're battling here right now. It's a major battle. It's a major reward. So, to wrap this whole day up, earnings reversals work every freaking time. You could forget about the Qs. And another takeaway from today is, what did we learn? We learned that you can revisit the same trade sometimes on opposite sides and then the same side, like ENPH and Boeing. Boeing was along in between that sell-off. There's no doubt. I mean, it was not a bad setup for a long trade. Back above the prior, reason to believe right there. Reason to believe 1673. You wind up getting almost $1.50 out of it, and then the rollover, you would have sold out of your stock, got stopped out of the rest there, and then the more courageous you are in understanding price action, you would have shorted it right there again at 172.25 for this other 6 points to the downside. And we are red. Yes. Come on. Can we just drop 2.5 points? Just make it easy. It's the hardest. This is a typical QQQ short. That's why those last 6 days when we were going down with no bid, it was kind of fucking weird. I was like, holy shit, we're actually going down. That's why it's so hard to be a shorter, because when you're actually going down, it's hard to believe. Oh my God. Are we actually breaking the prior day low? What is going on? This is crazy. And look how hard it is. We still don't want to go down. Jesus. Anyway, I'm out of here. I hope you made some money. There was a lot of trades that worked. Even the Trump stock turned out to be a profitable trade. Boeing short, phenomenal. ENPH, awesome. The only one I haven't checked on, let's see where Visa wound up going. Beautiful. You got the blue to the orange. It's basically hovering at the orange, winning. Texas Instruments. Let's see. Did it move? See? We left it alone. Sometimes stocks, the numbers are good enough where even the profit takers aren't even showing up. It's dead money. Good choice to leave it alone today, right? We had plenty to choose from and plenty that worked. And like I said, UVXY, as much as I'm going to short it again at some point today, the only time to buy the stock is when it goes green. And today it went green. There's another payday right there. All right, these Qs refuse to go down. I think we've won. Let's call it a day. Walk away from the casino table. There's a show later on at 8 p.m. We'll be playing shuffleboard on the Lido deck. Do whatever you need to do for the next 3.5 hours, but don't give money back to the market. Take the money the casino just gave us. Leave the casino. There's all kinds of shit going on outside. You come back to the casino later on just to peruse, see what's up. Maybe something's interesting. Chances are the day's over, and we'll do it again tomorrow morning. It's okay. 12 o'clock, baby. You won. Take the money and run. Have a nice day, everybody. I'll see you later around 3 o'clock. And we probably will be schmoozing tomorrow. If you don't have the password, I'll give it to you right now because that's the kind of guy I am. We're changing the whole freaking website in the next couple of weeks. So Make sure you got your emails ready and you're hip to what I'm doing. We're changing a lot in the next couple of weeks. I got an app. I'm gonna have a newsletter. All this stuff's gonna be in print for you guys that need to see it in black and white. And it immortalizes the trades too when you put them in black and white. Let's see. What do I got to show you here? The new password. The password is for Linda. For Linda. For Crixus. What? For Crixus. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Oh, the new password is, the temporary password for tomorrow is do it now, VWAP. Capital D and then VWAP all caps. So do it now with a capital D, DOITNOW, do it now, and then capital VWAP. You get it? Do it now, capital D, all caps VWAP. I'm not going to explain that anymore. So don't send me an email. The password doesn't work. Your free service stinks. By the way, I do love getting criticized by people that aren't even paying members. Those are my favorite critics. Man, this free service stinks. Yes. Do it now, VWAP. You forgot the V. No, it's here. Don't leave. Yeah, nobody leave. Once you come in, you can't leave. That's also part of the rules. Hitthebid.com is the name of the website. My name is Kenny Glick, and I'll be doing this probably for the rest of my life, even though there's no such thing as a lifetime subscription. What happened? Do it now, VWAP, with a V. You missed the V. Type it again. Here, do it. I'll type it in for you. Do it now, VWAP. All right? It's my free present to you. It's okay. I'm slow too. Come on. Are we really going to follow through on the Q short this time? Oh, you mother fudging fires and frickin' mother. Come on already. You know what it is? Apple's up 2 and change. You know, Tesla's a freaking pretty damn good revisit on that short now. You're flirting with lows. Hello. Shit. If Tesla breaks the lows of the day, the Qs are going to give back at least another buck and a half. But, you know, again, usually at 12:08 is not where you're entering new trades, but good stuff. Good stuff today. This Boeing trade, ENPH, I mean, I can't go on and on and on. Just awesome. Just awesome. Stay focused. These trades continue to work. And like the Trump stock, when something doesn't work, you get out. And even on that trade, you see how not getting out of your entire position.
Because even when you're losing, you shouldn't get out of your entire position unless the stock is breaking specific areas that you've designated as specific areas. Yes, all that.
ENPH is hitting lows. Tesla's rolling over. This market actually might give the whole freaking thing back, by the way. Here we go. I'm actually going to stay live because this is actually very interesting right here. UVXY hitting highs for the day. Boeing hitting lows. The Trump stock just gave it back. I would be done with that now. Cut that one off. I mean, you got paid. But now you got to get one more freaking candle. Right? So, all right, Tesla's about to roll. That's gonna be what you need. You basically when you're trading the Qs, already what you're trading is Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Netflix, Meta, Google, Amazon, and Nvidia. That's what you're trading. So if some of them are ridiculously strong, it's going to be hard for the Qs to really go down. But now that Tesla's giving it up, if it gives up more, and then if Apple gives it up, you'll be at, you got to the multi. So now here's what you do is you look at 2 days worth of VWAP. And that's your next target. That's only 3 more points to the downside. And now let's go back to the original premise of today. As I explained, and this is where my wisdom comes into play, knowing more than most people. When the market's in a bearish moment, which is what we're in right now, finally, we're in a bearish moment. It's not a bear market, it's a bearish moment. And we sell off considerably, we tend to bounce for 3 days. That third day is susceptible to the pivot or the trend reversion, what we're witnessing right now. So you know that, and you prepare for it in your brain, and you say, all right, maybe we do roll over today. And then the Qs do this. And you say, I was told that today might be the rollover day, and the market's rolling over. Press the button. Do something about it. Short the Qs. And then you got UVXY confirming that we're right. And now you're asking yourself, so why did I cover? I'm still short, but my day trade, I put the tight stop on and it went right to the freaking stop. You see how it works, kids? That was me. 85. I was like, all right, I'll give it till 85. Oh, 85? Good, you're out. And they got me. As soon as I let go of the button, I was out. It's hilarious. That's why I hate using stops. But the days where you don't have stops on are the days you get your fucking head caved in. You'd rather be complaining about not making more money than losing. All right? Just like that Trump stock. You want to lose $300 or make $21 on the trade? I'm going to take the $21, right? It's always better. And there's things as such thing as a good loss. There are going to be days where none of this works. And you just take 7 or 8 small losses and you're like, shit, I hate trading. And then you'll have days like today where you go 8 for 9 and it's awesome. And you just try to milk them as much as they possibly can be milked for. Like this Q short. Now that you broke down a little bit, right? You guys want to use a tight stop? That's on you now. So if you're trying to milk this trade, obviously I put 85 as my stop. That was the most I wanted to give it. It got me. But now that we're rolling over, now you could use the 34, 25, 34, and the 85 to keep yourself in this trade. And every time it looks like we're going to go down, we start snapping right back. It's obviously you see it. It's a difficult trade, but it's working. And then you have NEO Concept International Group Holdings Limited Ordinary Shares Incorporated Systems. Right? This is why I tell you not to trade these bullshit fucking stocks. Look at this thing. It was just breaking $10, and now it's at $3. Good job there, Mr. Jones. Don't trade these stocks. They're going to get you. All right, so now everybody should be putting their QQQ short hat on, and you say to yourself, hey, are we really going to go to 422 and a quarter? Sure, why not, right? Stay short until it breaks back above the prior. So, if you still short the Qs for the day trade, 35 and 85, you're still your outs. and you're looking for 2.5 more points to the downside. I really don't think you're going to get it because of the strength in Apple and Tesla. But Tesla's giving it up. Tesla's giving it up. Tesla's giving it up to the point where it's 20 cents away from testing lows now. Ooh, baby. Right? So if Tesla gives it up and then Apple gives it up, maybe you do get the extra 2 points. And on that note, I'm out of here. All right. And if you're still in that Trump stock, look, you actually didn't get stopped out. Even if you use the 60, you're in still. It's amazing, actually. So the only way you fight this battle and win is do what I do. Finally look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, I really don't know anything about anything. I have zero clue what an income statement is, financial statement, a 10Q or a 10K. I don't even know math. But these charts, man, they really work. I'm going to do that. Just admit to yourself you know nothing. It's a wonderful feeling. And you just let the market tell you what to do. Every price you need is on the chart already to start the day. And then you just let the VWAP dictate what side you're on. Never stay short a stock that you're short that's breaking back above the VWAP and ranges. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. And now at 12:16 on April 24th, you can say to yourself, I'm a winner, right? And then usually I'm saying something else, right? I'm a loser. And then you put on some music. Come on, you know it. Not on guitar. See ya.
Never could believe the things you do to me.
You know why I'm playing this, right?
I never could believe the way you are.
Trump, new highs. Oh my God. You can't lose. Sing it.
Everyone's a winner, baby. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
For you, it's such a thrill.
Such a thrill.
Everyone's a winner, baby. That's no lie.
That's no lie.
You never have to satisfy.
You gotta be kidding me with the Trump stock, right? Look how it tried so hard to get you out, right? And it never broke the freaking price, right? The only way you're gonna battle this market is trading price right back in its fetch. The market's rigged and manipulated to price. Use price right back in its face. It's the only way you're going to survive. My name's Kenny Glick. I know a little bit more than you. So come and hang out with me, and I'll show you everything I know, and you'll be a better trader. Everyone's a winner, babe. No, I'm not in it. This guy's in it. The other guy that had a tighter stop. I'm in it. I took the money and ran. But yeah, that's also another great trade. I sell, you buy. My exit is your entry. It's not just for gay porn anymore. What?